Confederate side. Yeah. So basically, no one can really beat these vampires because we don't have the right materials. People keep dying.
That was Jefferson Davis that hired the vampires.
Really?
Yeah,
yes.
it was.
Stephen Douglas was like not even in the rest of the movie.
Yeah, Stephen Douglas was just a throwaway
like the same
character.
actor.
No. Leave.
James, you leave, because let's just face it, you're going off on random tangents.
That's why you
actors.
confused me so much. I'm like, no, James never mentioned
Cole's
again
had
in the movie.
3 different actors mixed up.
And what, you've gone into vaginas with teeth throughout this,
So,
I wanted to make that reference. I'm sorry.
Like, we go on, we see the battle. No, we already saw the Fort Sumter.
So, yeah, but then basically we go deeper into Lincoln's life towards his kid, and then the main female vampire meets with the child.
Get out! You're ruining the video.
Okay, I'll be more quiet. So we meet with the main female vampire, and we don't meet with her. We've already gone to that point. We see the main female vampire interacting with the young child, which of course leads to her saying, "Oh, that's a nice silver sword that you have there," from one of his toys, before she injects him with venom.
I heard you. No, you don't fucking go there.
You don't kill kids. That's horrible.
Which his son slowly dies. Here's the thing: if they bite from what I've noticed inside the film, if they bite from anywhere from the hand to the wrist and right on there, it's filled with toxin. Whenever they bite from the neck, it's oftentimes injecting them, so they become vampires.
No, because Henry's girlfriend dies really quick, and she actually looks like she's injected. It's the whole thing, if you're pure of heart, you're injected, and the reason she died so quick is because the blood would travel to your brain and throughout your system faster if you're biting the neck.
But then how come the son slowly died?
Because he was bitten in the wrist, so it would take farther to travel through the system.
Okay. Scientist. So, and young Henry slowly dies away, in which, of course, Lincoln was really upset from, and decides to try to figure out a good tactic for the war. In which he decides, finally, that the one answer is fork.
Okay, he looks at the fork, and I thought it would be funny if he's like, "This is our answer," and he just goes out in the field stabbing vampires with forks.
Gotta use that in a real thunder, you know.
But I think it would have been better for a spoon, so they could have did the reference.
Everyone gets spoon. I think rather a whole entire war filled with utensils
would have been pretty epic.
So, Miss Lincoln, we've gotten our new weapons. I think we may have got mixed up with the chef area or the main supplies for the cooking, because I don't think we'll do much well with the spoon.
No, you don't see. It's silver. I still don't see it like that.
Okay, yeah, so the key was actually silver. We mentioned this before. So Lincoln sends his troops to steal everybody's shit. Well, silver. Which the government can legally do if they want to.
Bring out your silver. Boom. Bring out your silver. Boom.
We should make a song called that.
It's a Monty Python reference. How can it be a song?
Damn you, Monty Python.
But anyway, so they bring out all the silver. They're slowly melting it, slowly getting together. Well, we realize, Speed might be a traitor, in which basically he's conspirating with the vampires, saying that how they're going to transport all this silver over here so that they can make weaponry, which the vampires plot, try to stop the set supplies
on a train.
On a train.
So
Lincoln puts all the silver onto a train, and which he accompanies Speed as well as his best friend to try to deliver all these things.
And then Henry appears on the train.
Well, after the epic
is there
fight
ever
scene
explanation? Does he just sometimes appear? Is that how it was explained in the movie?
Yes,
sometimes
as the vampires are also going towards the train, in which they interact with Lincoln's wife and Harriet Tubman, as well as the Underground Railroad hiding all around, which they just pass by them, and basically onto the train we see various scenes, but right before them, because obviously vampires are coming, you're not going to see too much to spoil it because you've already seen this in the trailer, I'm sure. But anyway, so he goes up. Henry comes up to him. He's like, "I'm going to warn you one last time. You better run away, or else you're going to die." No. "I'm going to warn you one last time now, because you may die from this trip." No. You see, this other man is a traitor, and the odds are stacked against you like crazy. So I'm pretty sure you're going to die. I'm just going to warn you once. No.
Basically, this whole town Lincoln's looking at Henry and say, "Fuck you, I'm badass, let's do this."
So we go into the crazy fight scene in which various vampires do lose their lives. Let's just have a moment of silence.
No. Fuck. They were responsible for slave labor, you sick asshole.
Oh, sort of dead people.
Well,
Dead
they're
people
already,
I can get.
they're already dead, so you can't warn them. I was smiling throughout this whole fight scene.
As Henry said,
But basically,
you can only destroy them, you can't kill an already dead person.
yes, I know. So let's mourn the destroyed then.
No. They were responsible for slave labor. How many times do we have to say this?
There were also
you made
people
a
who were...
slave joke.
Yeah.
Because that's how a vampire would have seen
I'm the
it.
only one that
Oh,
hasn't
so
made an
I can-
untasteful joke. Does anybody see a problem with this?
Yours wasn't a joke. Yours was, let's mourn them.
Oh, yeah, that's not a joke at all. A fictional character being mourned for.
Let's stop this tangent.
I mourn fictional characters all the time.
I told you to keep going on these. So anyway, we see we see some pretty good fight scenes, kind of being all collaborated, in which Abraham Lincoln is kicking ass. His best friend, who has had no training at all and in his 50s, still kicking ass.
You might have off-screen term. They never said Lincoln.
I swear they're all vampires.
But he was mainly trained under the ways of the axe, and here's him just kicking ass with hand, foot, and gun.
Lincoln has a gun in his axe, therefore he would have training with a gun. Yes, his gun is also an axe. It's not like a sword blade. Those are gay.
Oh, yeah, but when you make it into an axe, it's automatically cool.
Well, the
gun cane.
The handle is actually the
It's
not a blade.
another twist, it's, axe, Lincoln carried around an axe gun, so. But anyway.
Never mentioned.
Then, oh shit, Adam comes out of nowhere, fucks up Lincoln, fucks up the black guy, he throws a knife and he's like, bitch, and he just moves. The knife goes past him.
You don't know the black guy's name?
No, I honestly don't.
What do you not know?
How do you not know?
We didn't even remember the last review. The Cow in the Woods, we didn't remember the black guy's name either.
Well, yeah, but this guy's an actual historical figure.
I don't know. All I know is what his legs are.
James, you can't really do that if you can't remember the name, so.
Well, he's the history buff.
I
Okay.
know Lincoln. I don't know much about his the people that worked with him.
Anyway.
So Adam's like up to Lincoln and he's like, I'm gonna make you join us. And Lincoln's like, never. And then he's like, you're gonna join us. And he's like, never. And then he goes in and he bites Lincoln. Oh no, he actually bit Henry. And Henry's like, let's go. And they just start fighting on the fucking train.
And bash straight inside the train, in which they discover, wait a second, this train is not filled with silver, it's filled with rocks. So you think of stoning all the pirates, all the vampires deaths. All the vampires dead.
I think that
actually, Silver's on a different train. Oh, I know your plans. I know how these medieval taxis go. I've been here since the beginning of the earth.
Next movie. Abraham Lincoln versus vampires versus pirates.
And here's the thing. Yeah, I mixed up a word. Let's just laugh with it.
No, that actually sounds awesome.
Yeah, it does.
But anyway, here's... So basically, after that little thing was given through, we noticed that, so, for one, Speed isn't actually a traitor. He actually planned for this to happen.
He's like a double agent.
He's the unsung hero of the movie. Speed is the unsung hero of the movie.
And basically, he walks back, mocks Adam slowly, and then dies. Well, he gets injected, and he may become a vampire, but he's most likely going to die.
Let's
He's
have a
dead as
moment.
fuck.
Yeah.
Now let's seriously have a moment. Speed was a good guy.
Okay. And anyway, so they go through another action-esque scene in which they try to escape the train from falling down a cliff, because believe it or not, burning bridges aren't that sturdy.
They aren't?
Yeah, I thought they were the most structurally sound villains ever, but I guess no.
So, as they're narrowly escaping this, suddenly Adam appears yet again and then says, Mr. President, can you tell me where the silver is? So, he quickly wraps around a little silver watch they got on from earlier, and he says right here, as he punches him into the heart and gets rid of Adam.
That will go down.
He punches him through the chest?
Yeah.
Like Talimod from Indiana Jones?
No, it doesn't go all the way through the chest,
it's
unfortunately.
just right through it into the chest cavity.
God, I'm pissed.
And then falls down. As then Abraham Lincoln and his friend, I'm sorry I can't remember, he wasn't really explained all that much, and he wasn't really showcased as much as some of the other characters. We do apologize for that we can't quite remember. But as they narrowly escape, we notice that yet again, what's his name? The mentor. Henry. He is right there holding the train to the bridge together with his super vampire strength, which is just pretty freaking awesome.
Henry.
Which you gotta wonder if he's actually lifted that much before, because I don't think that there's many.
Benches that every day.
Benches trains.
Actually, that'd be pretty cool to see some guy bench a train.
And then basically, as he's going down, Lincoln has that one little hot moment and says, even though you keep on warning me, trying to save my life each time and trying to think of the best for me, I now understand that you are actually a good vampire.
Now you understand. Fucking.
And then he's like, maybe you don't. And then he's like, I'm going to the theater. And then we're all like,
no,
you know what's going to happen here?
James, it's not there yet.
Oh.
So basically, it's like, so tell me, hey, what did you do with all the silver? This isn't the only railroad in the world. Which some people thought was a different train, but no, it was the Underground Railroad that was bringing all the silver. So it's more like a moment for all the vampires who passed the whole entire Underground Railroad.
Yeah, you confused me because it's actually, he does say you're a good vampire during the whole thing in the White House too.
Yeah. Yep, basically, and in which while they're making the trade, the female vampire also gets murdered by Lincoln's wife.
Poetic justice.
By shooting him with the same little sword thing.
Poetic justice, bitch.
Straight at her for what? Because of how she's like, oh, isn't this a lovely little silver sword that you have? Would it even work with that gun?
I don't know.
Yes, you can. Some flintlocks and blunderbusses mostly. You can just stuff anything down the barrel and shoot it.
Okay, just making sure with that point. So she's off as well, and it kind of continues with history and so much, and how everything was getting fixed, vampires being killed, no one really giving exposition on these vampires in history, but
they were fleeing.
Basically,
they fled the wrath of Lincoln.
Exactly, and then so Lincoln gives this whole entire speech in which he says that we are now finally free.
And Gettysburg Address.
Yep, and then he finally writes down the last notes inside his little journal, and then he gives it off to Henry, says, here, you hold on to this.
And Henry's begging him to make him immortal so they can just go on fighting vampires.
The moment right before he has to die.
Let me change you into a vampire so we can fight vampires, even though we'll have to be useless, so we'll actually have to get people that we can teach.
I think that would have been cool if Lincoln's like, let's do it, and they train like a school to hunt vampires.
I think that's actually how the book ended, because apparently in the book when he shot
if it's true what you said, they could. If you could actually still harm other vampires and not exactly kill them, they could have just tried to find some way to seal away the vampires.
They'd still need like an apprentice type
it's
character.
implied that Henry's still teaching people to hunt vampires at the end of the movie.
I actually thought that black guy was
anyway,
supposed to be his friend at the end, and then I'm like, oh wait, no.
So basically, how it ends through, Lincoln goes off to
the Ford Theater.
Yeah,
see my American cousin. It gets shot in the face.
And apparently,
spoilers on history.
Well, shot
anyway,
in the head.
And apparently we don't see this, which
James, yes, we know.
They actually tied it in the book, though. So.
Yeah, we know. We don't talk about the book because, again, we don't know much about the book. We were just making a little argument before, whenever I was mentioning the book before. But anyway, so it ends on that note, and lastly, Henry makes his little famous line at the end towards this other person on present day. It's like, to be that drunk, you're either going to try to kiss a girl or try to kill someone. Gun drops again, just like it did with Lincoln, and bam, movie ends. Which, again, this movie was pretty good. it does have its flaws here and there, but I really liked it.
Honestly, I didn't see flaws other than not remembering the characters' names.
And no, I mean like the point in which they also would have said, "Let's fight the undead forever together." Like those sort
Well,
of
no, because Henry's training people, so it's
Yeah.
probably implied they're just gonna train people.
Yeah, but how come those trained people didn't help before? Like
There's the only two that's implied. Which doesn't make sense because the vampires have like legion, like whole like battalions of the Confederates have whole battalions of vampires, and Lincoln doesn't think it's like, let's take our best troops, train them, and give them silver guns.
But here's the thing, but still, Henry had this planned out slightly, thinking that he could give Abe this gift and they could try to stop this. Why didn't he do it before?
Because he wanted to make sure Lincoln wanted it.
Yeah, but what about him himself afterwards? Henry.
It's not his choice to make.
It's not his choice to make to train people.
Oh, no.
That's what I was going
I thought you were making Lincoln immortal.
No, I'm talking about how he would train many for that.
I think this whole series could have sequels. It runs deeper, like there's a whole society and maybe other presidents connected. Like, mention like the Freemasons. I mean, several presidents were Freemasons. Maybe connect them to hunting vampires or something.
Honestly, I really wanted to see the story more told from Henry's perspective than Lincoln's.
I did like Henry more, honestly.
I liked Lincoln a lot. I thought it was just so awesome that they used this concept. It wouldn't be Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter if it was about Henry, though.
I know. I thought
Henry writing about, he's like, I knew a great man, and then it cuts to Lincoln like finding, and he's like,
yeah, I'm not saying that still keep the name and such. I think that making the Henry concept throughout history would be an interesting story on its own.
Maybe if Arthur
maybe
continues the book.
Another one.
And also, there's also what you may consider a flaw is the CGI.
Yeah, there's a lot of CGI.
Apparently, that's why they did that whole dust and certain.
Yeah, instead of using like wires, they just use CGI instead.
But then again, at some points they did have the gravity off, so
yeah.
But still, it's a good recommendation because it is a pretty decent film.
It's better than Sex.
Yeah, pretty close. The only thing that can make that movie better is if they have more sex.
Again, another reference you don't understand. You're so cute.
So, go see the movie, buy the DVD, read the book.
But buy the DVD out.
Buy the Blu-ray, not the DVD. DVDs are just rip-offs now.
But in a few months, because let's just face it, it's not out now.
No, I mean DVDs, you never get the stuff you get on Blu-ray now. Whatever. Like, they take away all the bonus features. I'm sorry, I'm pissed off with DVDs now.
Yeah, I think there might be a stop button right here to stop a bad tangent.